Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, very well. And you guys?
Oh, good, thanks.
Good, thank you.
How's your session this morning?
It's good. It's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was 3 off finishing. Annoyed.
really? Three
Yeah,
whole reps off all of those reps, really? Oh
I
no.
know. Bloody double under.
Well,
I'm just going to shut that door.
Yeah.
what about you,
Yeah.
Liam? How did you get on?
I didn't get back from London till late last night, so I
Okay.
come off it yesterday. Last night, unfortunately. But my legs are
Very
still bloody
sensible.
sore from the start of the week. So
Mm. What was the warbles? Yeah.
yeah, well, because we went out for a 5K run on Sunday, then we had the mile run Monday.
Mm.
Can't remember what.
Did you?
Oh, it was the
The
over.
next day
Yeah, and then we had overhead lunges.
on Wednesday.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My legs yesterday and today I'm like, oh, I'll be all right for tomorrow though. The DOMs go after 2 days.
Yeah, good. Get out for a nice walk as well. 24 degrees
Yeah, gonna
today.
make the most of
Yeah,
the last bit of sun for
it's
Yeah.
not hanging around.
I know. It's weird, isn't it? It's like the 1st of May, and yet it feels like it's been July for the last couple of weeks,
it's
hasn't it?
been lovely.
Well, thank you for joining me, folks. I've got lots of questions to ask, but
We
for
were just
those that
saying we don't even know what
yeah,
we're
go on, say again.
we were just saying we like, oh, what are we actually talking about, Rich? I don't know actually.
Yeah. No, I've prepared a few things, but yeah, thank you for joining me. I won't keep you for too long on this lovely morning, but for those who don't necessarily know you guys, if you give me a 30-second intro of who you are, and then maybe what your life looks like outside of the gym.
God.
Ladies first.
Thanks. Yeah, so I'm Steph. I've been at Onyx for what, 5 years?
Yeah.
5 years now. We joined just before lockdown, so it was a bit of a funny start to our CrossFit journey. So yeah, I mean, trying to juggle getting in the gym around work is quite difficult. I work in London 3 days a week now, so yeah, it's quite difficult to get in. So trying to fit it around that. So yeah, just getting the days that I'm working from home and at weekends. Yeah, that does make it quite difficult, but just being consistent with those days and getting in when I can definitely helps.
Okay.
I'm Liam. Probably heard me in the gym at some point, if not seen me. So Steph, we joined together just before lockdown. So I think we did 3 sessions and then it was like, yeah, no more gym. Luckily we kept in contact over throughout lockdown and then sort of picked it back up afterwards. So Steph made me, as we'll stick with that. I was heavy. So we tried to find something that I'd find interesting, and we've never done CrossFit before, and sort of seen it and thought, what is this cult? And really enjoyed it. It was I think the whole Onyx sort of community vibe was sort of what welcomed us in, but the workouts was really good for me. I enjoyed that, and then obviously doing it together, we sort of held each other accountable. So I think that's why we continued it, because we did it together as opposed to me just going and losing interest in or the other way around. So
Have you found times then where, say, one of you is like, oh, I can't be bothered, and the other one has like pulled the other one along, do you think?
I think in the early days, definitely. Now it's become a bit of a routine. Well, not a routine, because we're both with work and that we can't get in a routine. But it's become very like, I look forward to it. It's a bit my sanctuary and helps me with my mental state as well. You know, I do notice the weeks where I'm working away and I haven't been able to do any sort of gymming and away from Onyx, I do find myself sort of being a bit I don't know, a bit not down, but you notice a shift in your mood being out of that routine. So
I definitely think there's there's times where like I struggle to get the motivation, especially like if it's been a busy week at work, I've been in the office all the time, and it kind of gets to like, you know, do I like getting the motivation to get up early again and go to the gym? But I'm like, because Leah's going, I'm like, no, I will go. Like, otherwise, I'm just, what am I going to do? Sit up and just have a coffee. So I might as well just get up and go. So I think that definitely helps, like, because it's, yeah, it does force me on the days where I'm a bit like, I could just, you know, have an extra half hour in bed. I mean, I probably wouldn't because I'd still be awake, but you know, like the days when you kind of think I could just, you know, sit and have a coffee before I start my day. And then I get there, I'm really glad I've gone. I'm like, thank God I didn't just sit and do nothing. So yeah, I think sometimes it definitely helps. And I've, yeah, maybe lacking a bit of motivation because I'm tired and had a lot on. I definitely think it helps that there's someone else going as well. So it's a bit like, well, they're going, so I'm going to go.
Yeah. And you've never regretted a workout, obviously.
No, never.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe halfway through, but not at the end of it.
Yeah.
I'll never feel good after Chad.
Oh yeah, I know. That's
Mentally.
that's just
I quite enjoy doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
I go to a dark place.
I had Beyonce to get me through. I was quite happy.
The first time I did that, I remember we were on the way back. I had an appointment in Addenbrooke's because I didn't get to do it on the day you guys did it, and I remember I was like, oh, I just really can't be bothered. And I always remember I had a McDonald's coffee. I was like, I've got to have something to just get me started. And because I was on my own, it's like I remember it was 2 o'clock. I just thought, right, fuck it, and I just put Iron Maiden on, McDonald's coffee, and ended up really enjoying it. It was quite funny. I literally pressed 10 seconds on the timer and my rucksack fell apart, and I was like, you've got to be fucking joking. But no, I remember I do like Chad, I must say.
So I did mine in
funny
open
enough,
gym because I couldn't do the class because
yeah, of
so I
course.
went and did it in open gym, and I just had my earphones on. I could see just everybody watching me. They're like, where are you at? It's like powering through. I was like, I'm fine. Keep going.
No, fair play to you as well, because that's what I mean. I remember doing that on my own. I was like, oh, it was again a bit like the questions I've got for you guys. It's just that getting started, isn't it? Because I was going to ask like what went through your head before your first ever class, if you can remember that far back.
Gosh, I think for me, I remember being like petrified about lifting a barbell because I'd never ever done it. Like it's never something that I'd ever done. Like I'd been out running. Like that was basically all I did over lockdown was just like running. I'd been like a member of a gym before. I didn't really know what I was doing in there. So you just kind of go in and use like the weight machines and that's it. So like every time there was like a barbell complex, I was like, oh God. And I was like absolutely petrified that like every class was going to be that. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to hate this. But like now I absolutely love it. But I think, I just, because I'd never done it, I didn't feel confident in it, didn't know what the hell I was doing. All the cardio stuff, I was like, well, that's fine. I can like get through that. I remember that being like one of my like biggest fears was the barbell.
I sort of had no preconceptions. I think apprehension, just a new environment and something different. And
cardio. And the heavy days.
we don't mention that word. So when we started, it was the movements and the weights that interested me, and that was because I was heavy and didn't. I was built for comfort, not for speed back then. Any cardio and that, it was just hard work. But as sort of time went on and lost weight and got fitter, it become more enjoyable. That side of things. So now it's a bit more all-rounded now. I was going to say rounded then, but I'm not.
Round. Less round.
Was there anything at the start where you thought, Jesus, what have I started here, or what have I signed up for?
I think seeing gymnastics, that was like mental. It's like people are hanging off and like I've never heard of a kipping pull up and beat swings, and I was like, what? I couldn't see the point in it or the safety of swinging around on a bar, and I just sort of like, no, that's a bit crazy. I don't know. And then like you learn about the movements, the standards, and how to do it properly. Like, Okay, it is actually controlled.
Mm,
It just looks mental when you sort of come into that environment.
Yeah,
mm,
I don't think there was ever a time that I was like, what have I done? I think every time I was like, I want to be able to do that. I kept seeing like people do stuff, and I was like, really want to be able to do that. And we were like seeing
mm,
people like do cleans and like all like, and I was like with a PVC pipe, and I was like, I want to be able to like do it, and then like you really think how far you've come. So yeah, I don't think there's ever a point that I was like, God, what have I done?
mm,
I think yeah, I was just used to watch people. I was like in awe of what they could do, and I'm like, how are you even doing that? Like, I don't even know how you're lifting that amount of weight. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
mm,
wanting to, yeah, aspiring to be able to do at least similar, if not the same.
mm. And
I think it's
then,
the
so
technical
two
ability as
big,
well, isn't it? Like the being, and I know we keep talking about virtuosity, but being
Mhm,
virtuous in movements, that sort of, as the experience and the time grows, the ego of wanting to lift heavy and do things sort of dissipates, and then it's like, well, I want to do this, but I want to do it really well.
mm.
I've found a shift towards that now.
And that's what I was going to say, because you both sort of similar points in terms of like the technical stuff with the gymnastics, seeing that and thinking, Jesus Christ, and then like Steph saying about weights and aspiring to lift. Like, how did you teach yourself like how to be almost patient with it, or how did you talk yourself into thinking? Because again, this is the problem with the modern world, is like comparison. Like I see Liam and Steph lifting that, and I should be able to do that, or I want to do that. How did you guys teach yourself to sort of almost change your way of thinking to think, right, I want to be able to do that. I can't do it now, but I could be
Yeah.
able to if.
I think I've definitely had to have a lot of patience. It's like I feel
Mm,
like the gymnastic stuff is like that's probably like the hardest thing for me. Um, I feel like that's the thing that I'm having to be most patient with. But I guess like for me, I'm a perfectionist anyway, so I don't want to do it unless I can do it properly. So
okay.
I think that probably helps me with being patient because I'd rather like when I do it perfectly rather than just like give it a go, like
Mm,
manage to do it in like whatever way I can. So that probably helps me. And I think it's just like learning the basics because it does like, at the time when you say it, you're like, we're probably all thinking, oh God, we just want to go and lift a really heavy weight. But
mm,
as you like learn and you learn the positions and you learn what you should do, it does make then lifting the heavier weights easier. So I think I've definitely learned from like doing that because when you do get everything right, it goes up like you can lift so easily. When you get it wrong, it's like a real struggle and it feels heavy and it feels awkward. So I think definitely
mm,
for me, like making sure that like, yeah, we're doing the basics and getting like the positions right because it then makes lifting a really heavy weight so much easier rather than like
mm,
struggling to just get it up any way you can. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, that's for me.
Yeah, I think more understanding of the technicalities and the mechanics of the movements.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely sort of. I'm my own biggest sort of competitor.
Yeah.
I'm, I
I
want to,
don't know. I kind of want to be you all the time.
yeah, I know you want to physically beat me. Um, but yeah, I sort of the ego. I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing. You sort of like you lose the ego, and then you see like your James Kellys and your Henry Harrises and that in the gym, and you're like, I get that mentality, and I was like, I think you sort of see it, and you're like, oh, okay, I used to be like that, and seeing it from the other way, it's like, oh,
Mm,
you sort of realise that you're getting a bit more experience and bit more zen. Um,
mm.
I guess.
And how
Yeah.
would you? Because I agree. Because again, we're sort of actually similar ages, aren't we? And it's
Mm.
with time
Yes.
that does come. But how would you like advise someone that is, say, where you were or a lot younger than you when they're starting out to try and think like that? How would you guys go about that?
I think trust the process is probably like the key.
Mm.
But understand what you're doing it for.
Mm.
Is it, well, I just want to go and compete and be the best and that, or is there a deeper sort of meaning to why you're doing it. Is it longevity in your older age and things like that? Like seeing my mum and Stu coming in and doing it, and then hearing like what they're doing away from the gym. You know, they love going out dog walking, and they're going up bloody tours and peaks, and it's just like, without doing what they're doing at CrossFit and at Onyx, they wouldn't be now in that position to do it. So like my sort of focus has shifted from just lifting heavy or being as quick as possible to sort of investing in my future now. I want to be, you know, in that position when I'm older, that I'm still coming to CrossFit, and me and you are still you're still coaching me at PT
Yeah.
when we're in our 80s.
On my Zimmer frame. So a bit.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
yeah.
It's like, what I think it's understanding like what your end goal with it is. Like, what is it you're why are you coming? And I guess like Leah says, is it because you want to compete and you just want to smash a workout out as quickly as possible and RX it and get it done and over with, or are you doing it because you want to be fitter, you want to live healthier, you want to kind of keep your joints mobile, like, you know, and be able to do all of these things until you're much older. I think, if that's what you want to do, then like you don't need to then come in and like smash a workout and lift as heavy as you can every single time. Like you're better off doing it properly and moving right, because we all know if you just come in and smash through it, you're more likely to get injured as well. So it's like just thinking about like, what are you actually doing it for, and what do you want to achieve at the end of it, I think.
Okay, cool. In terms of again, just retouching on when you guys started. So obviously you started, I think, just before
like
COVID,
2020.
really. Yeah. And then I think Liam, did you have any physical sessions before we went into lockdown?
We did
one in the first lockdown.
Did we?
Yeah, because we did one. No, we did one because I remember we literally like went out the next day for breakfast and couldn't walk down any stairs. We were in so much pain. We were with some friends and they're like, "What have you done?" We're like, "Oh, we tried CrossFit." It's like, oh god.
I remember that.
And then we then went into like the lockdown, because that was like the March, and then I think we didn't I don't think we were in touch with you in the first one. Then when things opened up again, we came back and we did like a few sessions, and then we kind of stayed in touch and did the Zoom workouts and stuff.
The bays in the car park.
Yeah.
When you guys lent equipment, so we were doing Zoom workout. And that, which is where I learned to do a Turkish get up.
Yeah, it was on Zoom.
Yeah, I know.
It was very amusing just seeing that, nobody on the screen, just seeing kettlebell like that.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Because that was what I was going to ask, is what kept you connected like to the gym and your training like during that time, like during the lockdown periods?
It was so obviously the Zoom sessions and that, and then I think we keeping in contact with Onyx. We were doing like quizzes, weren't we? Like once a week, once a month, which was quite nice. And then
I think their biggest thing for us was you kind of launched. Do you remember you did like the lifestyle program whilst we were on like lockdown? So like, because obviously like we couldn't all like exercise as much or where we wanted to, so we're quite limited. So I think that really helped us, because I think that was probably the bit that we probably struggled with the most, particularly in lockdown, is because there was like the phases of lockdown, so like the people were like sitting in the garden drinking wine thinking it was like a holiday, and then it goes on too long. I think that's probably the bit that really helped us, because we were catching up once a week with everyone, chatting through things that we were finding difficult, like thinking about like, how do we eat, like not only do we like exercise, but we need to eat properly as well, like, and I think that definitely helped us and like taught us a lot.
We were very uneducated with it all, and it was the basics: sleeping, drinking water, getting you know, your food right, and understanding what's in the food. Like I think when we started tracking early days and just writing down in the diaries and stuff like that, and then we sort of like went on to MyFitnessPal and tracking, and it really helped educate. And I think one of like we were like, if we were having like a burger and chips, like a homemade burger and chips, and I just chucks 4 or 5 onion rings on, and like we were tracking it, I went, Steph's like 250 calories each. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It was just having that education really that helped, and that sort of helped go into when it opened up, getting back into the gym, and that horrible burpee challenge that you set us January.
Which one was that?
It was every day you did 1 burpee, but the next day you did 2 plus 1, 3 plus. So I think you're doing like 66, 62 burpees by the end of it. God.
I remember that was probably the best I was ever at burpees, to be fair.
Yeah, so was I. I hated them before. Well, I still do, but
hate a little less.
Okay. So talking of your sort of busyness, because again, I know obviously, Steph, you go to London, and Liam, you're traveling all around the country. You know, we have a lot of people that will see this and think, oh, okay, you know, they're busy, maybe I could do it. Because typically people from outside of our gym bubble will think, I don't have time for it. You know, you both have demanding jobs. How would you describe a typical sort of week for you in terms of planning around your CrossFit?
So I guess for me, I tend to know like which days I'm in the office, so I make sure that like I'm on the sessions that I can attend. Occasionally I'll try and do one on my way home, but it tends to never work out because of the train. So like, yeah, the days that I'm in the office, I just generally can't get in. So I think for me, like the days where I'm not working out, I'm really like planned with like what I'm eating. Like I am anyway, but I'm always like, I'll take my breakfast into work, I'll take my lunch in, and then we've got like dinner sorted when I come home. So I try and make sure that I stay accountable on those days.
Do run club at work sometimes.
Out for a run at work sometimes if I can, but that just is dependent on getting a lunch break, which a lot of the time doesn't happen. Yeah, which I just tend to work straight through and eat at my desk. So that's not always helpful. But yeah, I think like I walk a lot as well. So I walk to the office and back, and like back to the train station. So I'm generally always getting like 10,000 steps in, even on like office days, even if I haven't got a lunch. So I think for me that's it. And then just making sure that we make the most of the days when I'm not in the office. So make sure I do get into the gym when I'm not, when I can, and weekends as well. Make sure like, I guess we probably fit our social life around the gym as much as possible now on weekends. Like we make sure like we'll try and get like the gym done nice and early though, so that we do have the day. But if it means like we can't do something till the afternoon, we tend to like try and fit life around the gym at the weekend. Whereas like Monday to Friday, it's fitting life around the gym. But we tend to flip at the weekend. That's me.
Well, we sort of go at the same times, but we're early gym goers.
Gym goers.
I've got no motivation by the end of the day, so I try and get in early. With work and that, it change at the drop of a hat where I am in the country sometimes. Some weeks I'm sort of at home 3 or 4 days, others maybe 1. Again, it's just trying to fit it in around, and if I can, I'll leave a little bit later so I can get in the 6 o'clock session. And then if I'm working away, it just depends. Like sometimes it'll be quite good hotels with gyms, so I can go and use it. But I've got a site down in Plymouth in the middle of bloody Dartmoor, so there's like no hotels around that have got that. So just sort of like stuck in a pub room, which there's no gym. I mean, it's now the weather's better. I can get out running down there, which is beautiful. But it's just trying to work it out and just doing as much as we can. I mean, you'll know that my sort of membership attendances and that, some months it'll be like 30 odd, like been home a lot, and then others could go down to sort of 8 or 10. But I think as long as try and get the consistency as much as possible.
I think it's because going to the gym has become part of our life. So we don't want to miss out on it. So I think that's where the difference is now. Whereas if you think before, when I used to go running, or just used to go to any gym, it wasn't really part of my life. There was no routine to it. I didn't feel like I was getting much out of it. So then you don't mind dropping it because you're not seeing like the benefits. Whereas like now, because we know like mentally we feel better when we go, physically we feel better, we feel like we're improving and doing better, and it's become like just part of our everyday life. So you make sure that you fit it in, like regardless, like you'll make time for it. I think if you're not enjoying it, or you're not seeing the benefits of it, then that's when you start to be like, I'll just, do you know what, I'll just go and do this instead, or it means I've got to change my plans, or I've got to work things around it, I just won't bother. So I think that that definitely helps, for me anyway, is because it is just part of like life. If ever people ask us to do stuff, we're like, well, what time's the gym? Like, what time's the session on Saturday? We can, but we'll meet you at this time. So like, I think like that's just now our mindset, I think, whereas before it probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah,
because we weren't really invested in anything.
Definitely.
And that was my next question, funny enough, is, you know, you've made CrossFit something you've protected rather than like you like that gets dropped when you're busy, and it's like that. How is that? How have you made that change in terms of being like you prioritize is right CrossFit, and I build around that? How did you guys make that change, would you say?
I think it comes back to what your end goal is, what you're doing it for. So I know that it's for longevity for me later in life. So it's my investment now. Again, age maybe comes into it. We're not out all the time like we used to be in the 20s, and can't hack it anymore. But it's just, for me with Onyx, it's just a lovely place to go. I have good fun when I go in. Whenever I walk in there, having a laugh and bit of a social with people. I think that the enjoyment of that and sort of draws you in a bit. So it's something to look forward to, even if it's Chad. You know that you're going to go and sort of,
you can have a good time, aren't you?
Be with like-minded people, and you're in it together. So yeah, that really helps.
Yeah, I think as well, just like maybe it does come with age, but just learning to be like selfish with your time. Like we don't have a lot of free time. Like, you know, we spend a lot of our week like time working, like even weekends as well sometimes, but we spend a lot of time doing that. So like the time that I do have, you know, I want to do the things that I enjoy. Obviously, like there's other things that you have to do, but like CrossFit is the thing that I enjoy doing. So I'm going to make sure that I do go and do that. I'll still try and do everything else as well, but like that's probably like the non-negotiable, is like that's the thing that I enjoy doing. So I'm going to make sure I prioritize that over everything else. And like Liam says, when you go, like that is part of our social life now, is being in the gym and being around those people. Like it's a good social experience as well. So I think you kind of like manage to tick two boxes with it when you go in for a workout. Like you're doing the thing that you, well, probably more than one box, doing the thing you enjoy, you're socializing, plus you're also like keeping yourself fit and healthy. So yeah, I think that's definitely for me helps with like making sure that you're spending the time in the right places and the things that you enjoy, and just not doing stuff to please other people because they want to. So
no, you're a product of your surroundings and your circle, aren't you? So if you surround yourself with those sort of people, you're going to get that lifestyle will sort of naturally occur.
And in terms of, because again, I know when Steph, your new job in London, obviously it was a big shift for you, because you were, I think, went from like what's probably 7 hours a week to like 3 hours a week. Like, how did you handle the like sort of something is better than nothing like mindset?
It was definitely difficult at the start. I think I'm really sorry, because I think when I first took the job, I had to be in the office full time. So I literally had Saturdays and Sundays. Like that was it. Like at least I'm getting like a few extra days now. It was definitely, because I think in my head, I thought I was gonna start like seeing a decline in performance. I thought I would start like seeing that I'd be able to lift less, like I wouldn't be as fit. So I think for me, like, yeah, I was like not worried, but I was a bit like, oh, I can see like my journey kind of like starting to come down. But I think for me, it was making sure that I just stayed consistent and got in when I enjoyed it. And I think we did a CrossFit total, I think a couple of, it must have been still whilst I was like in every single day, and I managed to hit like 2 PBs. So I was like, well, actually, do you know what, it doesn't make that much, as long as you're still consistent with the days that you can still improve. Like, and I think it was just making sure that I was doing everything else right as well on the days where I wasn't in. So like making sure I was like eating properly and like not, there's less opportunity to kind of skip that stuff. I think it was making sure that I focused on the bits that I could focus on when I was in the office, getting in the gym at the weekend. And like I think it definitely helped like not seeing a dip in performance. Was like actually I can still improve even if I'm only coming in like 2-3 times a week. So that definitely helped.
That's cool. I like that. Okay, let me just get my thingies back up. So moving on to your sort of skill developments, because I think you have naturally sort of veered towards like a bit of a gymnastic like development. What's been the biggest challenge about learning skills that haven't necessarily come as quick as you thought they would?
The frustration for me, like, the absolute frustration. And I think that's really hard. Like, I think, like you said, like not comparing yourself to others, but when you kind of see other people like come in and like they can manage to do it like quick, I'm like, why can I not do that? Like, why is my body not allowing me to do this? It's just like, and I think you keep like doing all the basics and doing everything else to build that strength, and it is just such a slow process sometimes. And I think other things like you can just pick up and do like really quickly. Other things I'm just like, this is taking me like a long time. And I definitely think there is a huge amount of frustration there at times, like there really is. But I think that's part of CrossFit, isn't it? Like, and that's part of life. It's like learning how to deal with those frustrations and like not giving up on it. I think, we talk about that a lot at work, like just in terms of like how you like have what mindset you've got going into stuff, like go in with a positive that you will get there eventually, and you just keep putting the hours in. You keep those little 1% improvements all the time will add up and you'll see it eventually. But it's not an overnight thing. So that's definitely probably been the biggest challenge for me, is like the frustration and this one going, but I don't get why you can't do one. I don't get why you can't do that.
Sharing your frustration.
What about you, Liam?
It's probably very similar. Like it's this whole social media is a bit of a shit, really, because you see things and you're like, oh, well, if I just try that and do that, it's bar muscle ups. So it was sort of a bit of a challenge for me last year, and I never got round to it. But I was just going into open gym and trying bar muscle ups, and it's just looking back like an absolute retard. Like, just that's not going to work. And it's that analogy, isn't it? Like, if you can lift 100 kilos on a deadlift, why would you go and do 200 kilos thinking that's the way you're going to get better and lift more? It's take it back and doing the PT with yourself now. Again, education of the starting off the basics, and what I've noticed massively about that is how transferable it is into a lot of other things. Well, everything, to be honest. So it's just then taking a step back. Like Steph said, it is frustrating, but you can see the benefits moving forward with it, that's a good thing that comes out of it. But it's just being honest with yourself, not I think I can do it. Like, just listen to someone else. Someone might have a different optic on it. So just tone it down, take it back a step or 7 steps. It's don't get frustrated with that as such. But
I was going to ask, is there a movement that you're now proud of? Not necessarily because it's virtuous, but because you stuck with it, persevered, and you can now do them to a decent standard. Is there a movement you guys can think of?
My double unders, they took me bloody ages, and they still do. I'll have workouts where I'm absolutely hanging, and I'll do them really, really well. And then other times we'll be practicing. I'm like, I find them frustrating, but I am finding I'm getting betterment consistently with them. I'm stringing more together. I can tell myself to breathe while I'm doing them, which is something I struggle with. So double unders is it seems like quite a simple, easy thing. You know, we do talk about gymnastics and Olympic weightlifting, all like the sexy stuff. But something that seems quite simple. Yeah, that's what I'm getting better at and constantly doing better at. For me, yeah.
I think mine is like, it's definitely going to be keeping pull-ups. I feel like I spent so many open gyms, like just doing eccentrics, just keeping doing them, keeping doing them. And then jumping pull-ups, which are an absolute killer. Like they're just,
yeah.
oh my God, especially when it's like a leggy workout and then you've got to do some jumping pull-ups. So I definitely think it's the keeping pull-ups. And I think if I look back to like, I think it was like, not last year's CrossFit Open, the one before, so would that have been 2024? There was a workout that had pull-ups in it, and Ruth was there and she was videoing me, and like everyone was like, "You're so close." And I look at the video, like I'm not even close at all. Like I'm trying to do this, and I'm literally like not even close. And then the following year, like we were, I think you were judging me, we were like, we'll just do some, we'll see how we go. I think I managed to get like 10. I mean, they weren't pretty, but I managed 10. Like now I can like string them together. They look much better. They don't look like you know the frog's legs to get up. There's still, I mean, there's still a long way to go on them, but I think, yeah, I'm proud of like, yeah, the amount of effort that I put in to try and get there, and just plugging away with the eccentrics and all the strength stuff.
Good.
Yeah, now I definitely want to get a strict one. That's on my list to do, because that is still not there, but yeah,
close, very close.
How do you guys view progress now compared to when you like sort of first started?
I think when we first started, it was sort of quite slow progress, because there's a lot to go, like mentally, just understand and learn. And then it sort of speeds up, and now it's slow again, but in a nice way. You sort of understand why. You know, you're at we're now working at limits, and it's just small incremental betterments every time now. Whereas sort of when it's like weight loss. You know, you lose a shed load to start with, and then it slows down, and that's where I think people, and self included, you can get a bit despondent to it and a bit like demotivated because you're not seeing the progress that you did. Same with lifting weights or doing the skills, again onto the PT with gymnastics, like stepped back like massively to help myself go forward. And what was I doing the other day? Doing V-ups. I was doing V-ups the other day, and Joe was like, "You're doing all right at them now." I know, it's sort of like it's something that I could never do before, and now I'm starting to string them together, 5, 6, 7 together. So it's definitely, you notice the sort of the betterment when you're not doing the things that you're training for, if that makes sense. Like transferability of the movements, the strength.
I guess I think progress for me now isn't always coming in and beating my last score. I think like that's kind of changed really a bit. It's still nice when I do it, but I think for me it's all the work that we do around it. So like when we've been in PT with you, and like week 1 we're trying to do like skin the cats or whatever it is, and we really struggled, and then like week 3, week 4, we're like these are fine now. So I think for me it's the progress on those things rather than the progress on the WODs now that I look for. If like those bits I'm finding like better, and I'm doing more, because I know that's going to help me in the WOD eventually. It might not help me in the next time we do it, but like in the long run it will. So I think for me it's not necessarily coming in and beating your previous score on the WOD. It's like all the stuff, the work that we do around it to help with that. If I can progress on that, then I'm happy, because I know that will transfer eventually.
I love that. It's almost like I've paid you to say that transferability word. It's good though that it's clearly, I think our message comes across well. And I mean, it was a prime example on Monday, wasn't it, Liam, with your bench press? And several others as well, because I mean, I've never seen so many personal bests in one day. Like your bench press, I think, what did you do, 108? And even then that was probably far too easy for you.
From 100, yes, was previous, and I haven't done bench press in maybe 9 months, like 10 months. Like it's just not something that generally we do in the gym. You know, it's occasional. So yeah, it's not something I specifically trained for, but seeing that, it's like, well, how have I done that? It's like, oh, all this other work I'm doing, it's obviously like
Yeah.
helping out.
No, I love it. It is, and that's why I do what I do, because I love seeing those days on not the Mondays where you guys have done so much other work. And I mean, again, it was Holly as well. I remember she got a PB on her bench and she was buzzing, and it was like, again, we don't train bench press as such, but in terms of your sort of identity now, like how has the discipline from your training and your CrossFit spilled over into your sort of work and other areas of life? Because CrossFit is not just about fitness, it's like the mental resilience and stuff like that. Have you noticed a difference in terms of how you are outside of the gym in, like, I don't know, work or social sides?
I'm quite disciplined with work anyway. Sort of like being that military background from way back when, it's sort of knocked into you. And that was from like what was I, 16 and a half when I joined. So I didn't really have an identity before that. So that sort of work ethic and discipline has sort of gone through life. But I think it's definitely made me obviously physically fitter and better, and I think that helps with your mental state as well. Yeah, I think yeah, it's not, it's just a difficult one. It's not necessarily helped me elsewhere because it was already there, but I think that mentality has helped my CrossFit and my coming to Onyx quite a bit, which has probably helped with the consistency and coming in all the time and that. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it's like transferred over to work. I mean, like the company I work for, like they're very, very like values driven anyway. So they've like a lot of like the things that you talk about in the gym is what we speak about at work. So all like, these 1% improvements. So like we have like a value that actually is about that. And we've got like values champions that are kind of these people that we talk about, that's how they live and breathe. So like a lot of that is kind of embedded in my workplace anyway, which is probably why I enjoy working there. But yeah, I definitely think like that mindset just helps you like just reframe things sometimes at work. Like, if something hasn't, like we will say, like you don't have to come in and smash it every single day, but if you've like done your best, then that's good enough. Looking at like the little bits that you can make better, like rather than like it doesn't have to be like one massive thing that you're going, right, I'm gonna like literally like change this today, like work on like the foundations first. So like you say, like it's your nutrition is like the biggest thing. So we talk about at work, like what is the one thing that you should be getting right every time? Make sure you're absolutely nailing the basics before you want to go and do all this other great fun stuff. And I try and like get my team to do that, because they're all like coming up with like really amazing ideas that they want us to do in marketing and rollout. And I'm like, these are all great. I was like, but we're not even like, you're not even doing the basics right yet. So like, let's just go and do those. I was like, if we can show that we absolutely nail those, then we can go on and do the other stuff. I was like, but we're not doing it until we do these bits right, because otherwise you just forget about that and you never do it. So I think for me, a lot of it has kind of transferred over, and like how I frame things as well. I think they definitely like work together. So
That's cool. I like that. What does being a sort of long-term member mean to you guys now then, would you say?
It just sort of, it sounds so cheesy. It's sort of like being part of a family community feel, we've integrated really well into Onyx, from helping you guys out and sort of doing a bit of coaching on the gymnastics course the other week, doing the social stuff. That so yeah, it it has sort of become a bit of our identity without being a CrossFit wanker people. Talk about it, bang on about it all the time at work. There's quite a lot of people who don't know I actually do it, which is a bit of a proud moment for me, because you have a lot of people that are like absolute nuts on it. So yeah, it is part of our life now. It's just, if we didn't, I think if we didn't have it, I don't know what we'd be doing, really.
You'd be 20 kilos heavier.
Cheers, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smashing M&S trifles for 4.
Exactly, trifles for 4 every weekend.
Dark times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like it definitely, like we said before, it definitely, like, it is part of your life now. And I think, yeah, like we spend, time in the gym with people, like doing the workouts, but also like we want to socialize with them as well. Like we want to do other stuff with them. So like we go for brunch, go for breakfast, go for walks. Like I think it just gives you, like, yeah, it just adds, it's very cheesy again, but like adds to your quality of life. Like, because you're getting kind of everything at Onyx, rather than it just, just being a gym that you turn up at for an hour and then you come home and that's it. I think, yeah, it really, it does, like, you build like friends there, not just people that you go to the gym with. So I think, yeah, that's the nice part.
We've got some amazing friendships now, and they're sort of like friendships for life. It's people that we wouldn't have necessarily met or integrated with previously. But yeah, that's been a really nice thing, actually, is the people we've met and quite like.
Okay, cool. So nearly wrapping up. What would you say to someone? Because again, you guys are, two prime examples of people that are very busy. What would you say to someone that's listening who feels too busy to start or continue, perhaps?
I'd say that you're never too busy. If you want to, you can find the time. Like, I mean, we have, like, sometimes it's not as much as we would like, but you if you want to do it, you will find the time to do it. And you do just have to be selfish with your time. If it's something that you want to do, make an hour to go and do it. Like, delay seeing someone for an hour. Like, you can still do the other things, but you just have to make it your priority and put yourself first sometimes. And probably as people are great at doing that. Like, I think a lot of the time we do just do stuff to please others. But I think if it's something you enjoy doing and you want to invest in your health long term, then you just got to put yourself first, and you can make the time to do it. Even if you can only go 2 times a week, that's still enough. Like, you can still improve and perform well and see yourself progress and get better by just doing it 2 days a week. So, and that's 2 hours. It's not a huge amount of time.
Yeah, I think I can't really sum it up any better than that. It's
You're welcome.
Smug.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
No, I think
what's one thing? Oh, go on, Liam.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I'd sort of agree with what Steph said there. I don't think I'd be able to sum it up any better.
No, it's a very good summary, to be fair. I mean, what's one thing you guys have learned that surprised you about yourselves, actually, in your journey?
For me, probably how mentally strong I am. I don't think I ever really thought about that. But I think, yeah, like sometimes when you're like in the depths of Chad and you're doing it on your own, like, I think, yeah, you suddenly realize, God, I don't like, would other people I know be able to do this? Probably not. I think they'd just be like, I don't think they'd even start it. I think they'd just be like, absolutely not, no. Yeah, so I think it's been like things like that, like doing a high rocks on my own. I actually really had a lovely time. I thought it was great. I had a great time running around and doing everything. So I think, yeah, like, just, yeah, how mentally strong and how much, like, I guess that I'm willing to, like, push myself when I think it's getting tough. I won't give up. I'll just keep going. So I think that's probably one thing that I hadn't maybe known about myself before, because I'd never had to do it. I'd never had to, like, be in those positions, so I would never knew how to deal with it. But yeah, I think that's probably one thing that I learned, that I actually can do it if I put my mind to it.
Yeah, I'd say being able to do and perform in competitions is sort of like, it's something I've never really thought about. I used to play rugby when I was younger. I did some white collar boxing as well, but going to a CrossFit competition or a high rocks, or just coming in and doing the open, just pushing yourself mentally, physically, and also dropping into competitions at the last minute to other people, just knowing that I can go and do that without specifically training. Like I'm surprised at how fit and ready I sort of generally am, like without specifically training for something. That's quite that surprised me a few times, to be fair.
Okay, and then so finally, what would you say keeps you coming back?
People, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's great fun. I know I'm the class clown a lot of the time.
No change there.
But
inside and outside the gym.
I just really enjoy it. The people, the social aspect of it it's good fun, and also talked about my sort of investing in my future and longevity. But yeah, just seeing and seeing like my mum and Stu and some of the other more silver members doing what they're doing.
So you're referring to Rich then?
Yeah. I've been like this since I was 19.
But no, seeing the older guys coming in and just smashing workouts and that, and it's quite inspiring for me to know that if I'm doing this now, I can achieve later on in life. So yeah.
Cool.
I'm not going to say the same thing. I'm going to try and say something different. So I do agree with like the people. I guess really it's like, it's going to sound really cheesy again, but like the way it makes you feel, like, and I think that's like not just like, I think that's like everything. That's like the people, like you come away like feeling like you've had like a good fun, like you feel you come away and you're like, that's been bloody fun class, and you've had a laugh, and you've all that, like the fact that you like feel better in yourself, like you feel healthy. So I just think like the whole thing about it, you come away from like a class feeling really, really good, like really sore and out of breath and tired, but really, really good. And I think, like I don't think you get that from doing much else. I don't think there's many other things that you would go to and you get all of those kind of feelings in one hit. So I think for me that's definitely that's what makes me want to go back, is because you're going to go and have a good workout, have a good laugh at the same time and enjoy it. So I think for me that's what makes me keep going back. One of the things anyway.
Anything else you guys can think of that you wanted to share on your story?
No, I think just keep plugging at it and put yourself out there, try different things. If you haven't done anything socially with people, give it a go, because that's sort of this, I don't know, it might open your mind a little bit more, or going on a different class that you do, like if you're a morning person like we are. Like the odd occasion I've done an evening class, it's like a whole new different gym. I'm like, who are these people? So I think just jump in and get amongst it. No one's gonna belittle you or say you're not good enough, or the support is just awesome. So just don't feel like, say, I'm the class clown, so I'll make myself look stupid for anyone else out there.
Steph, anything?
Trying. I think for me, I would say, like we always say like, oh, I don't want to do it because I can't do that, or I can't do this, so then you don't do it. And I think that's the one thing that we've definitely learned is like like we always say, like you can't do it now, but like there is some form of it you can do that will help you get there in the end. So I think like don't have it in your head that because you can't do one thing, like you shouldn't be in the class. So I think that definitely for me is one bit of advice. And also like there's definitely like I've had some injuries along the way where it meant that I haven't been able to do some things, but then you can still go in and work out. So I think like it's just remembering like whatever position you're in, whether you're injured, whether you're it's your first class and you don't think you can do things, like you'll be able to get in there and do the workout in some shape or form that will benefit you. And there'll be lots of other people that are doing the same thing as well. So don't like think you're going to go in and everyone else is going to be like RXing it and doing bar muscle ups and lifting the heaviest weights, because it's not like everyone's at different stages, everyone's doing different things, and sometimes you go in and like everybody's workout looks completely different, like we're all doing different things. So I think that's one thing I think to remember is like yeah, just because you don't think you can or you're worried, like just get in and do it, because there'll be something that you can do.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really good way to sign off, actually, because yeah, I think that's our, as CrossFit affiliates or coaches, that's the biggest battle we face, actually, is trying to drill that into people that, yeah, because you can't do it at this moment, or you could do it, but you've hurt your ankle or what have you, you can't squat at the moment. It doesn't mean you can't and shouldn't be doing something. So yeah, that's a very good point you just added. But no, thank you guys for joining me for say a good hour of your morning. I appreciate you giving up your time. And I will see
time,
you.
mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, really? Just don't share the video with them. Be like, but yeah, I will see you very soon. I won't see you this weekend because I'm not here, but otherwise enjoy classes if you're booked in.
Yeah, will do.
Will do, mate.
Yeah.
And I'll see you when I see you
next week.
Cheers,
all
Lovely.
right. Thanks, guys, again. See you later. Bye.